how you doing? It's good to see you again. I'm off out on another epic wild camp. Been itching to get out as always. It's a lovely fresh morning. It's about 8 degrees. We have been having some particularly nice weather as of late. Today's a little bit more overcast, but still very warm for this time of year. Spring's in the air. It's the 1st of March today, and of course we've got the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere on the 20th of this month, so yeah, there's plenty of signs of spring and things coming back to life, stuff waking up again, which is always lovely to see, isn't it? So I'm making my way slowly and steadily into camp, and looking forward to it. Like I said, it's always great to be able to get back out on another camp and have you guys come along with me. And yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. What I've got is what have I got? A square tarp, 10 by 10 or 3 by 3, and I'm going to see what configuration I can come up with. Nothing particularly planned. Yeah, we'll see how we get on with it. With a beautiful woodland. Look at that. Really nice. Just can't believe how warm it's been, like how warm it is for this time of year. It's like unheard of. So, anyway, I think I'm going to use, I'm going to use a 2 to 3 season sleeping bag. I don't need a full season personally now. All I do is get too hot. So anyway, let's get to camp, and we'll take it from there. So yeah, anyway, like I said, thank you for joining me. Right, we're here at last in this beautiful woodland, and yeah, I'll just taking a moment to before I do anything, to take in the beauty of the place. It has to be one of my favourite. This location has this woodland, because it's so heavy with evergreen, being rhododendron mainly here, that gives me like plenty of cover, hides me away. It's a little private woodland, and of course I've got to be very careful as not to give my whereabouts away, but yeah, it's really nice here, and whenever I camp here I always have a great time, and I'm looking forward to setting up and getting underneath, and hopefully we'll get some rain later on. If not, we don't. If we do, we do. We don't, we don't. It doesn't matter, does it? It's all about being out here. But as you know, I always prefer a bit of rain while I'm camping. So yeah, as I've said, I've got the 3 by 3 tarp. I'm going to put that up, and I think I'm going to use like an A-frame sort of shape with an enclosed back. That's what I'm going to call it anyway. I don't know of a particular correct name for this, so I'm just going to call it an A-frame with an enclosed back. So I'm going to get set up with that and see how we got on, and I'll show you how I set up. It's pretty straightforward. All you need really is 4 pegs and a ridge line, nice and easy, and a great shelter, as I've used it in the past, but I've never filmed it before. So I'll get on with that. So what I'm going to do is tie my ridge line off from here, from this tree here, and I'm going to go across a fair distance, but I've got plenty of paracord to this tree over here, and in doing so it'll give me plenty of room from around the tarp also to do whatever I've got to do. I'm optimising the space that I've got. It's so beautiful here, look. decided to change out my ground sheets and get something a little bit more substantial, and I got one of these off eBay, an individual protection kit, old army issue, IPK, so I'm going to use that as a ground sheet. And it's almost like a rubberized fabric. I noticed it has been used, it is wearing thin, but it's got to be better than what I was using, and this was only a few quid, pretty cheap, from Army Surplus. So that's what I'm going to use. I believe these were used to cover shelters that were dug out, and they'd cover one half of the shelter, and they'd hold the this IPK, individual protection kit, they'd hold it down above half the shelter that they dug out with gravel and whatever, rocks and stuff like that, to protect them from falling debris when at war, etc. So yeah, so it seems decent. It's not that heavy, but yeah, nice fabric. So definitely waterproof and ideal for a ground sheet. Okay, I've completed the A-frame with the enclosed back there. Didn't take long at all, probably took about 10 minutes if that. I did use more than 4 pegs, but it is possible to use just the 4, but I wanted to secure it down just a little bit more because, hey-oh, why not? I'll show you around. Started off with my usual paracord ridgeline, tied off from one tree to the other that I pointed out to you over there. This is using as an AquaQuest 3x3 or 10x10 tarp. Very robust tarp, superb build quality and materials. A little on the heavy side, but it's well worth the extra the extra weight to carry in, I believe anyway. So well made. There you go. That's the A-frame with the enclosed back. Well, that's what I'm calling it anyway. Yeah, so the ridgeline's up. It's very cosy in there. I'm well sheltered from all the elements. I'll show you what I did to set the thing up anyway. Set it up as your typical A-frame to start with. I put the ridgeline across, as I've mentioned. The one end, the ridgeline end of the tarp, I just fastened off with prusik knots there and carabiners, and all I did was go count along the ridgeline of the tarp itself, sorry, to the centre fabric loop there, and then I just attached another carabiner and another prusik loop you can see at the back. And then what I did, once I'd fastened that carabiner onto the prusik knot on the ridgeline above the tarp, was I got the corner of the tarp itself here with a tent peg, and what I did, instead of pulling straight down and tensioning that way across the opening to the tarp itself, I got the corner there, and as you can see the tension lines within the fabric, you see them there, see? And then what I did was pull down towards me and out this way, so you can see the lines, you can see where the tension's at. So I pulled this way towards me, and then I pegged it down, and then I did exactly the same with the other side there. So you've got that fastened, and then you've got that fastened, the centre loop of the the tarp itself, of the ridgeline. I've come down to the corner of the tarp, excuse me, and I've put a peg in, and I've pulled outwards this way towards myself, hence these tension lines that you can see. So right now we're at the back of the tarp itself. So here we have the centre loop that's tied off to the ridgeline that we were talking about just there. I pulled it straight down and I've pegged it in the centre. So I've pegged the centre ridgeline of the tarpaulin down into the ground. So that's on an angle now, and there you can see at the top, that's the centre loop of the tarp itself, and there's the ridge line. You see, it's bowed like that. It's pulled. There's quite a bit of fair amount of tension on there now because everything's pinned down to the ground. So, like I say, I've pulled that down and I've stuck that into the ground, and then I come round and I come to the opposite corners of the tarp. So there's the front there that are pulled. You can see the angles in the fabric, the tension. So there's the centre again. So I come to the corner. Oh, by the way, that's where I've just pegged because that's the ridge line of the tarp. So then I come to the opposite corner and you can see the tension lines again, and I've just come out and I've pulled and stuck in with a tent peg, and I've done exactly the same with the other side. All that I've decided to do is put, because I've got another loop there on my ridge lines, I thought I may as well take a little bit of the bagginess out and give me a little bit more room within the tarp. There's bags of room anyway, but I've put a carabiner there, as you can see, and tied it off to the tree, just to give me that little bit more room inside. Why not? I've put another peg in down here. I don't have to at all, it's just your preference. If the wind picked up at all, then it'd be fine. I wouldn't have anything flapping about. Put another peg in down there, but you don't have to. Like I said, one. You see all the tension lines in the fabric, so that tells you how it's pegged out really. The main thing is that you get this right. Just the ridge line of the tarp connected to the ridge line, paracord ridge line above, to the entrance to the tarp, go across the ridge line of the tarp itself to the centre loop. How many loops you might have in your tarp, I don't know, but you go to the centre if you have got a centre loop. If not, I dare say you could use some tarp clips, and then you tie off to another prusik. So the tension, as you can see, is off that way, and the tension's off that way, thus giving you a nice taut tarp. Very, very spacious inside. One thing I have done, because there's so much tension, well, not so much, but there's a fair amount of tension because everything's pinned down to the floor off the ridge line. What I've done, save messing with the ridge line itself and retensioning that, all I've done is I've got myself a piece of green wood for the ridge line, the paracord ridge line, and I've just slotted it, cut it to size, slotted it and put it in. And in doing that, it's lifted the tarp up, it's put some more tension on and took any extra bagginess that there is there out, so that's removed it. It's just another quick way of doing things rather than messing with the ridge line once it's already, you don't really want to be messing with the ridge line when it's already like set up and under under tension as it is, because you're only going to find yourself a whole load of problems. The ridge line itself is paracord, and there is a fair amount, as you might know, paracord, there is a fair amount of stretch in paracord, and it does stretch over a period of time, especially if it's been set up for a good few hours or days even. So yeah, this is what I've done as like a quick fix. Just put it in, and I've slotted it with my Laplander. That's not going to blow anywhere, no matter what the weather does. That it's not going to shift. That's not moving anywhere. So if you look down at the entrance there, everything's lovely and very homely in there. Indeed. I'll show you inside. Come on inside, let's have a look. No, really, you're welcome. On our way in, as you can see, it's an awesome camo pattern. I've got my let's climb in. Right, tons of room in here anyway. I can't tell you how much room there is. It really is very spacious. I can kneel on my legs and have plenty of room to sit upright. What I'll do, I'll tell you about this first. what I've got. As you can see, I've got my candle lantern, and I've done like the secondary ridgeline idea that I've done previously. Because these tarps are so good, what they've done is put like a secondary loop on the ridgeline on the inside of the tarp itself. I don't know whether you can see that. I'm lying down on my stomach here, but they've put like a secondary loop in the fabric loop within the inside for the idea of having a secondary ridgeline for holding your lanterns or whatever. It's very thoughtful of them. I love that idea. So I've used it. I've put a carabiner, as you can see, and my secondary ridge line runs up to the opposite side of the tarp. But what I've done is, to keep everything up high enough, is I've done as what I did outside there with the ridge line. The main ridge line, I've put a branch down. No sharp edges. I've took those off with a knife. So I come to the top like that, and I've slotted it the same. It's not going to move anywhere. The secondary ridge line within this tarp is on a taut line hitch, so there's plenty of tension. So now, in doing that, I can have my candle lantern and move it wherever I want. And that's on a prusset knot, so that's not going to slip anywhere. So, you know, I can move it wherever I like throughout the tarp itself. Looking at my sleeping bag, I've got the Dutch Army hoop bivvy, but it's hoopless as always because I'm not keen on the hoops personally. My pillow, 2 to 3 season sleeping bag because I'm a very, very warm sleeper. My Thermarest Neo Air inside there, and on the underside I've got a closed cell foam mat. So that was a look at what I call the A-frame with an enclosed rear or enclosed back. Very spacious, great for winter camping, even though it's been very, very mild, hasn't it, the winter it has here in England. Very mild, but yeah, very spacious setup, and pretty easy to set up, to be honest. It's not like, you know, one that you're going to have to keep on readjusting and faffing about and retensioning. I think the main thing is that you get the tension in the right places, and you can't go wrong really. It's a quick one to set up as well, so yeah, very impressed with it. If you've ever watched any of my videos before, you'll notice most of them I'll do like a 360 video, like a 360 of the woods of where I'm at. This is, 'cause it looks lovely, but It's also something that I've always done when what I always will do and always have done. It's something that I've done since I was like a teenager. It's like situational awareness. It's like a conscious and subconscious mindset, and being 360 aware of your surroundings at all times, be it you know, in a woodland or urban, and always have like, well, it's not like a paranoia thing, it's just being aware and attuned to what's going on around me, 360 wise, of what if this scenario could happen, what if that scenario happened, what would I do, what position am I in. I'll always say, if I'm in an urban area, which I'm not comfortable in at all, far from it, I'll place myself to like the outer edges of where I'm at. Say if I'm in a nightclub or something like that, which is another hate of mine, or you know, like a busy room that's full of people, strangers especially, I'll put myself to the outside edges of the room, and I'll be close to where the exits are, entrance and exits, preferably an exit, and I'll just be like monitoring people, body language, movement, and assessing like that. Yeah, it's not anxiety, it's just like an awareness, and as I've got older I find that I do this more often. You know, I find it's a good thing, because I mean, you could take it to extremes, couldn't you? Like I say, you could have like to the point of where you are, like suffering with anxiety, and that's not good for you at all. So now this is just like, how can I phrase it? It's like being aware and looking at everything from like a third person's perspective, and looking up from your phone, because so many people nowadays, they seem to be have their head stuck in the phones, don't they, in technology, and not aware of what's going on around them, which is a bad thing. Yeah, everybody seems to be in their own little bubbles, and in this day and age, especially in urban areas, I think people should take more time away from their technology, away from their laptops and smartphones, and be more aware of what's going on around them. Because let's face it, these are dangerous times that we're living in, and I'm afraid it's only going to get worse as the population increases. I mean, these are my opinions, but yeah, if people just took a little bit more time to stop, look around and assess, not to the extent of paranoia, but just took a little time out and got some like gathered some preparedness for whatever eventuality could arise in the given situation, and I think it'd all be a lot safer. Anyway, that's what I do, and that's the reason behind a 360 habit, really. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on, and I'm going to do a nice hot drink, because time's getting on and I'm getting rather thirsty and rather hungry. Just done myself a nice hot chocolate. It's some Maltesers. If you haven't tried that, I do recommend them. They're lovely. Really nice hot chocolate. I haven't bothered boiling the water, I've just got it hot enough so I could drink it straight away. I don't see the point in hanging around for 5 minutes before I can sip at it. So yeah, I'm just getting over the flu, so I've been pretty rough, to be honest, but I just got to get out. You know the feeling, don't you? Just got to get out. I wanted to come on a wild camp, and I thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying watching, by the way. Hey, I got it first time. So I'm just recovering from the flu. Still on my chest a bit, so I do apologise if I sound a bit groggy. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks at work, you know. One of those. It's been thinking. Surprising, isn't it, really? Those people that end up with managerial positions, managers' jobs and that, they seem to lack the most crucial skills, people skills. And it's like, it's not what you know, it's who you know in life. I'm not saying that for everybody, of course not, but I mean, I'm 48 now, so from my experiences, I'm talking from my experiences. Yeah, there's a lot of people skills missing out, where they should evidently be very strong. But that's enough of my little moan. Oh, the sun's coming out now. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, it's nice. Still got this a bit too hot. Yeah, it's like it'll soon cool down. So I'm going to sit down in my chair. I've got a couple of chocky bars to go with my hot chocolate. Get them calories down you. So I'm going to do that. Cheers, everyone. Just been sat here a good while, and I've been listening to the birds and watching them fly in the canopy, darting round. It's been relaxing, really. Not doing a whole lot of nothing. Doing a whole lot of nothing, but it's doing a whole lot of good. Very peaceful today. Had the odd dogs kicking off and barking, but that's unavoidable, really. So I can't grumble about that. It's not been persistent, it hasn't been all day, so it's only been here and now, here and again, now and again. I mean, it's a lovely day. I think it's been the mildest winter on record. I've never known anything like it. I've never known it this mild this time of year. It's 8 degrees now. Tonight it'll probably only drop to about 6, 5 or 6. So 2 to 3 seasons sleeping bag. And the way I am, I'm burning hot all the time naturally, so I'm going to be fine. And one thing is, I hope the forecast was right and I do get some rain tonight. It would be nice. Never really understood those people that just want to be out in the sunny weather camping, wild camping. And harsher the weather, the better with me. Yeah, very peaceful camp. Really nice. Chilled out camp. I had all my hot chocolate. That didn't last too long. I might do myself another one. I might not. Well, I'm getting rather hungry. I think I'm going to do myself a bacon sandwich. That's what I got for me tea. I got bacon sarnies with smothered in tomato ketchup or red sauce, they say around here. Red sauce. So me mentioning that now has made me even more hungry. So yeah, I'm I'm gonna get the bacon on the sizzle. Get some grub down my neck. So I'm hungry. I could just sit here for hours and hours and hours. Do you hear the cows in the fields? Right, bacon time. I will move. It's bacon time. Get up, Michael. You can do it. Move. Okay. Nice and easy bacon sarnie. Bacon sandwich. Black country style. Right. Put that in there. Lots of olive oil in there. And just whack the bacon in. So hungry. It makes you so hungry when you're camping. I'll let that shrink down a bit and then I can add some more. Oh, it smells great already. Oh, really nice. You can't beat a nice bacon sandwich, can you? Bacon's just fantastic in general. Oh, food of the gods. Wow, it smells great. Pity there ain't smelly vision. Yeah, have some. Smell that. Woo. It's just going to go down a treat. Funny how it just shrinks to nothing, isn't it? It wasn't the cheapest of bacon. Everything's injected with water and steroids and God knows what nowadays. I'm on a right mount today. Oh, nice. I've added the rest of the bacon. I've got half a pig in my pan. Oh. Funny, isn't it, how the foods that are so the worst for you taste the best, and the foods that are the best for you taste the worst. Oh, it's cooking away a treat. It's going to take a while, but hey, who's in a rush? Not me. Oh no. Not in a rush at all. And get it nicely done. I like it when it's slightly crunchy on the edges. And get that. This is like smoked bacon. Get that smoked taste as well. Oh, lovely. Can't stand bacon, you know, when you're biting into it. You bite in your sandwich or your cardboard or your roll, you bite it like it's like elastic and it slaps you back in the face. Oh, no, I can't stand bacon like that. It's like eating intestines, raw intestines. Not that I know what that would be like, but oh no, would you look at that? That's cooking beautifully. Oh, it's coming on nicely. All this porky goodness. I don't want any of that fat though. Excuse the fingers. Oh yes. None of that fat. Keep that to one side of the pan. Oh look. Nice and crunchy bacon as well. Oh. Lovely. And of course, it'd be rude not to add the red sauce, wouldn't it? The tomato ketchup. Where's that? Oh, look. In my sample pot, unused sample pot, full of ketchup. If it'll come out, that is. Oh, oh look at that. Delicious. And now for the verdict of the crispy bacon sandwich. Half a pig sandwich. For once in his life, Michael was silenced. Right, I'm sure you don't want to see me getting this down my neck, so I'll carry on and I'll get back to you in a minute. And I've got hiccups now as well, it's just to top it off. Oh, the excitement. Just making the most of the dwindling daylight hours in the woods. I do love twilight. Everything's becoming so much more peaceful than what it already was. Another gorgeous woodland. On a gorgeous evening. Can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be. Fantastic. Walking back to camp, shall we have a look, see how well the camo on the top does, the Aqua Quest. I think it's really effective, the camo. It's very close to like a DPM basher really. Yeah, I think it does a fine job of blending in our terrain, this woodland. There it is, in the middle of the screen. Very effective. Low profile. It blends in rather well. Everything's all packed away. I've had a good tidy round. The last thing I want to be doing is tripping over stuff. If I have to get up in the night. So that's done. All I've got to do is get my rucksack over there, put it in under the tarp with me, bring my water bottle in, and I'll leave the stove set up ready for in the morning for when I want a nice cup of tea when I get up. Really now it's just I spend time just watching the sun go down. Right, it's time for me to get into bed. You can see the candle lantern lit inside the tarp there. Very welcoming, and I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep. You can hear the owls already, which is really nice. So next time you'll see me, I'll be all tucked up, nice and snug. Me all comfortable in the bivvy bag. I've been in here a good hour or so. I've read my book for a while. Lovely and warm. Time's getting on now. I'm going to shut my eyes. Before I do that, I'll say that this tarp, it's very spacious. You fit 2 people in here easily, side by side, with plenty of room to spare. Easily, no problem. 3 people at a push, you could do it, but you would struggle with your kit and all your gear around you. But it's doable. But ideally, yeah, 1 person, very spacious, and very good indeed so far. So far, so good. So I'll say good night now then, and all being well, I'll see you in the morning. Night. Well, it's about 2:30 in the morning, and finally it starts to rain. Lovely. I find it really adds to a wild camp, the rain. What a fantastic sound. That's it. I'm a happy man. Good morning. Had a really good night's sleep. The rain went on for about 2 or 3 hours. That was lovely to hear. And yeah, it's really warm inside here, as I always am, even with the 2 to 3 season back, sleeping bag. So I better get up now and do myself a nice hot drink, and then think about packing away. Oh no. Should have thought. So, right, time to get up. A lovely morning, really nice. So I'm going to get myself a drink now, do myself a drink, and try and wake up a little bit. I'm still half asleep, to be honest, so I'll do that. Yeah, see the rain droplets on the tarp. I do love it when it rains. To be honest, I'm glad it's not raining now that I've got to pack everything away. Okay, let's get this drink on. myself a nice drink at last. So cheers to everybody. That's really nice. Nice cup of tea first thing in the morning, you can't beat it. So I'm going to have this and I'm going to get off, pack everything away. I need to get away sharpish really. I'm a little bit behind on time, so yeah, I've got to make a move. Very quiet in the woods this morning. I'd say it's around about 6 degrees, so that's plenty warm enough. Nice. So I'm going to finish this off, and next time you see me, I'll be all packed away, hopefully. Okay, let's get on with that then. Done it. Took my time. A vital part of the video, I think, or to anybody that does any wild camping and videos, it shows that you leave no trace where you've been. I know it's monotonous and repetitive, but it's definitely a vital thing to show that you 100% respect where you've been. Right, so let's make our way back. That was another thoroughly enjoyable camp. Really impressed with the A-frame and with enclosed back. I have used it before, but I thought I'd show it and use it again. Really cosy in there, plenty of room. Had a good night's sleep. Oh yes, the IPK individual protection kit, that was really good. It was a bit thin in places, but no, it served me well as a ground sheet. There was no moisture came up through it anywhere throughout the night, so I'll be using that from now on. And most of all, I'd like to thank you all for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I wish you all the very best. And I'll say goodbye now then, until the next time. So it's Backcountry Woodsman, over and out.